Hey guys and gals, Undead12335. I'm going to start this video off with a disclaimer. I do not hate any of the people I'm going to be talking about. It's one person in particular. I do not hate him. It's just that I have some really strong feelings towards the way that he is handling things and has been handling things since 2015. I do not hate the company that I'm going to be talking about, and I do not hate the game that I'm going to be talking about. I'm just very upset. I'm a very disgruntled customer because I've been invested in this game for years. That game is Destiny 2, and I'm going to be talking about why I think Luke Smith should step down from his position as game director. It has gone on record right now, and it's from the player base, especially on the Bungie forums. People hate this guy. They absolutely despise this man. Do I hate him? No, absolutely not. I don't know the guy. He could be the nicest man in the world. It's just his sense of game direction in this game is not the best. This game is basically going downhill in a sense, but slowly it's going to start hitting a roundabout, and it's just going to keep going and going and going in that roundabout and that cycle. Destiny 2 right now it's his baby. It's supposed to be his magnum opus. It's the best thing he's ever made. From what I read on him, I believe he had major success with The Taken King, which is how he got his promotion to game director. And it sort of sparked an inspiration. The Taken King is my second favorite expansion in any game ever, aside from Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, which was freaking fantastic. And also, The Road is one of my... Lonesome Road is one of my other favorite expansions. It's in my top 3 from Fallout New Vegas. So I'm very well versed in stuff like that, and it's very highly regarded by me. His work. The way it's going right now, though, Destiny 2, it's been the same thing for a very, very long time. And I think that directional change is needed. This game is basically going in a mobile game style direction, and I'm not okay with that. Your player base isn't okay with that. Your free-to-play players are the only people you are trying to appease right now. You put out lackluster content, and you know that they're going to buy the season pass because they're going to play and go, oh god, this is awesome. They're going to be like, oh, I need this now. They're going to drop the $10 on it, and you're going to hope they stick around. This game started going to hell in a handbasket the moment it went free to play, and I think it's the worst decision they've ever made is making this game absolutely free to play. The only reason I like this game being free to play and being on Game Pass is I don't have to have my disc in my console. I can use it. I can put another disc in there, such as Borderlands 3, which is one of the best looter shooters ever made. It's amazing. Just the sheer amount of loot in that game and how you always get something to drop. Destiny 2 has none of that. Right now the game has been the same tired seasonal model of run bounties, get materials, put it into a vendor, repeat. And you do that for 3 months. It's a really old cycle at this point. People are already burned out. No one wants to play this particular content because it's a bad thing. The direction, like I said, is basically that. They're trying to do, as Wish You Luck was on the Destiny Community Podcast a couple weeks ago, maybe a little longer than that. And he used this little thing, and I like this. It's the 3 R's of Bungie. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce the amount of content so it's so scarce that we'll be desperate for anything and we'll play it regardless. Reuse the same content from previous seasons and just reskin stuff, kind of how they've sunset a lot of stuff, which we'll get into that. And they're going to reskin it and revamp it and bring it back to us later. And recycle. Keep recycling the same content for as long as possible. And look at the enemy races in the game. When's the last time we had a truly new faction in the game? 2015 with the Taken. That was the first time we ever had a new faction in this game. I don't count Scorn because they're a reskin of something we've already had. The Taken were something truly different. They were even though they were just Taken versions of stuff we already had, it was a completely different enemy type. This game has reused so much stuff over and over and over again. You can only reskin a fallen Dreg so many times before I know exactly what it is. It's very lazy. You guys keep bringing back the same weapon models and just slapping a different name on it. Like in year 1 for Destiny 2, how many different guns use the model for the origin story? It's over 10. How many use the exact same model for the Uriel's Gift, the Kaibu? There was the, God dang it, there was another one that was similar to the Uriel's Gift that everybody used that had Kill Clip on it. Super freaking OP in year 1 because of how strong it was. I believe it was called, one of them was the Number. Fantastic auto rifle. There's so much reuse content here. And Bungie is going down the path of how they can keep doing that for as long as they can. It's to the point right now where it's about as disrespectful as someone spitting in your mouth. It's really, really getting old. And you guys are allowing this. I'm allowing this because I'm playing it. If this proves that the burnout is real for Destiny, they had to up the XP gain for the Dawning event right now because no one was completing it. Why don't you just start it out with maximum XP, and if we finish it early, we get a prize or something like that, or make it so that, hey, if you finish it early, you get a solid month of increased valor, you get increased XP gains, all this stuff across the board. Why can't you do something like that? That would increase your player time significantly, not turning everything into RNG. This entire event so far has been grind for materials, kill enemies and do strikes and do other crap, grind materials, make cookie, feed cookie to vendor owner. That's basically what it is. Last season, the seasonal model, what was it? Get materials, take to vendor, level up vendor. It's basically the same formula. Just reusing crap constantly. There is so much wrong with this game. And the thing is, there is a vocal majority screaming, hey, please, fix over here, fix this. This is what needs to be addressed. We want this. Why don't you guys try it? How about you guys actually invest in a PTS, a public test server? It would be awesome. PUBG has them, and it helped the game. Battlefield 4 had them back in 2014. It helped the game severely. Actually, it had it in 2013. The game is 7 years old. Can you believe that? And that game is amazing. I have it on 360 and I have it on Xbox One. One of the best shooters ever made. There is, like with sunsetting as well. People are saying, please don't sunset. We know you won't be able to replace the guns you're sunsetting. What did they do? They did it anyway. And there was no loot in the last DLC, Beyond Light. That DLC was, first of all, it was a scam. Because they reduced the weapon count in the game by they took away 80% of your guns through sunsetting. Now it's only 75% because they backed off on their decision to sunset stuff we literally got last season. Like, for real. Like, every gun has an expiration date now. So it reduces the want to grind. And this is a decision made by your game director. You guys removed all of that stuff. You removed all of the base content for the game, and now you wonder why people are pissed that there's nothing to do. You took away planets. And the only thing that is actually good about this is it allows me to load into a game faster. That's about it. My load times are 10 seconds flat now. Used to be a minute or two flying from planet to planet. And that was even on PC. It took forever. Sunsetting. You guys, with the last DLC, you added barely any content at all. It is a barren location with nothing but bounties to run on it. And I'm really getting sick, in all honesty, of the excuse, oh, this was made during a pandemic. Plenty of games were made and released just fine in a pandemic. Well, this pandemic. Plenty. and they're better than this. You had to make a DLC. These guys made full-blown games during this pandemic. All you need to make a game at home, if you're a dev, internet connection so you can have Zoom calls and sending data back and forth, a laptop, a console, and a gaming or slightly decent PC. Every one of these Bungie devs have that at their house. Miss 5000 Watts' husband works for Bungie. Someone put in the comments on one of the podcasts a couple weeks ago that yes, all Bungie devs have that. There was a QA tester in the comments on that video saying this is what these guys were required to have at their house. So, I don't get the excuse. You guys basically were working on this expansion for the entire time and there's nothing there. You charged us $50 for something that should have been $25. You charged us for... this expansion has less stuff to do than Shadowkeep. And Shadowkeep was crap. It's one of the worst expansions from this game. At least with Warmind, there was stuff to do. You guys removed all of the fun activities from the game. You removed some of the best maps, PvP maps from the game. You added no new PvP maps. You added 2 new strikes, a small, minute handful of weapons with this DLC. And we're expected to just sit here and be okay with it. You guys have not addressed strikes. You have not updated strikes. There is so much wrong with this game. And your game director is sitting here twiddling his thumbs like he doesn't care. It's awful. You guys want to know how he got the Scarab Lord title? Why people call him Luke the Scarab Lord Smith? It is because he had the title of Scarab Lord back in World of Warcraft. It was one of the hardest titles to get in the game because you had to complete the Scepter of the Shifting Sands quest. If you want to know what that is, watch a guy on YouTube named Mad Season. It is literally a 3-part video, and each video is about 25 minutes long, describing this quest line. It is a very intricate quest that can take you months to upwards of years if you don't know what you're doing. And 90% of it has to be done solo, and it includes running multiple raids in-game, doing multiple world events that are randomly spawned, killing major bosses by yourself, collecting hundreds of items and other things along the way. And this turd completed that quest, so he is very familiar with grind. At this point, it's not even grind, it's pure RNG, because I have literally spent weeks trying to get boots to drop to level myself up above 1249, and it's not happening. It keeps dropping me gauntlets. Your game right now is based around making the player's time investment null and void. All you guys are caring about right now is your new IP matter, and that's it. You guys are basically hoping to keep this sinking ship afloat until your new IP takes off, and I know it's going to flop, just saying. Destiny 2 on release, under Luke Smith's watch with Activision's help and a few other studios, High Noon Studios, the game was running and working better than it is now. At least if an issue was bad enough, Activision actually made you listen to us. Now you don't. You're your own thing, and that goes to prove Activision was not the problem. You were your own biggest issue. You cannot sustain yourself without Activision. You guys took that $100+ million thing from, I believe it was Tencent, a mobile game company, one of the biggest mobile tycoon companies ever, who are known for scamming their player base. Wow. You might as well have gotten in bed with the mob at that point. There's a reason Activision honestly dropped you as well, is because you could not maintain a decent game. Am I saying Destiny 2 is bad? No. It's just, it's not in a good state because there's so much wrong with it. There's minute things you could do to turn this game around. Strike specific loot, strike scoring. Make it so that, I don't know, PvP isn't pure cancer. Actually balance your game more than once every 9 months. Like, for real, don't wait 7 to 8 months to patch something that people, oh, we'll patch it a couple seasons from now. The change will come next season. So we have to basically sit and burn for 3 months while you find a fix for something so easy to fix. Yet, God forbid, something happens with an Eververse store and you are just Johnny on the spot. Just, we got it fixed, it's fine, because it's messing with your wallet. Yet, if there's a game-breaking bug that makes it easy on us, you fix it immediately. Yet, if it's something fun and crazy to do just to have fun, it's not good. You guys get rid of it. Also, sorry guys, it's literally like 3 or 4 in the morning and it was a very busy day at work. Please fix your game. Because as it sits right now, it is very hard for me to recommend playing a game. A good friend of mine, she wants to play it with me. She's like, yeah, I got in the game, I hopped in the tower, and I got overwhelmed. There was so much stuff in it. I'm like, hey, hun, I'll teach you how to play it. It's actually awesome if you play with a friend. It's fun. I gagged saying those words the other day. She said, hey, you want to still try to play it? Yeah, we can. You made a hunter, right? Yeah, we could play. And I told her they removed 80% of the base game. You can't even play the main story anymore. The base story that came with the game in 2017, it's gone for good. You can't even play it. Why? So they can sell the locations back to you later. That's basically it. At this point right now, this game is just... As Matthew McConaughey's character in Wolf of Wall Street said, revolutions. Move the money out of your client's pocket into your pocket. It's basically what Bungie's doing. They're charging you for seasons and they're charging you for DLC. If I purchase this DLC, period, I should be allowed a full year's worth of seasons. Not having to pay extra. I paid $70 for this DLC. Stupidly. And what did I get? A couple extra skins that I can't even access still? And just a half-done DLC. You guys don't release certain stuff until an official season starts for a lot of this stuff. There's no reason to grind levels either, because what's the point in leveling up an artifact if you're just going to take it away at the end of the season and make me start all over? Like, what's the point? There's no point to grind. There's no need for me to want to grind for weapon levels and stuff like that, and just weapons in general, because they all have an expiration date. People, oh, well, they're still viable in Crucible Survival in this. I busted my behind to get half of those guns. I spent hours doing stuff to get certain things in this game. And I have nothing to show for it now. It's just basically sitting there in my vault collecting dust. I can't use any of the guns and strikes because, well, they're not viable. And it is your game director's decision to do this. He's went on record saying, yeah, we're not reversing sunsetting. Basically, sit and spin. Get over it. Sorry. We know we basically screwed your entire play. Screwed all you guys, by the way. There's so much wrong with this game. If you don't believe me that this game is only designed around money right now, look at how much content was with the actual base DLC for Beyond Light. Tell me how much stuff is in the Eververse store. They have new stuff in there every 2 weeks. They have something new in that store. Every bit of it is purchased with cold hard cash, but can I earn any of that in game? No. You can't. The Dawning event right now has armor sets. Not for a set of armor, for an individual suit of an ornament is $15 a piece. A sparrow is $8 to $10. A ghost is $5. A shader is $3 to $5. Are you kidding me? Yet a $40 plus DLC has a story that can be beaten in 3 to 5 hours. It has recycled enemy types. I can only fight Fallen so much and Vex before I get pissed off, considering I've been fighting Vex since, I don't know, God, the beta in 2014. and fallen since the beta in 2014. This DLC also, they charge you for a location you paid for in 2014, the Cosmodrome, where no one goes. It's an area made for new light players, which is what this game was basically designed for now. It was made to sort of appeal to the free-to-play players. Your game is going in such a bad direction. And at this point, I'm honestly, Luke Smith needs to step down. Or either find someone who can work alongside him who has a bit of competence when it comes to game design. The moment the guy said that in Luke Smith's Fantasyland, talking about sunsetting supers, I immediately knew that this game was just gone. Even in a joking manner, that is really, really dumb. Wasn't this the same guy years ago who said you're going to see emotes and you'll throw money at the screen? So he has a habit of just saying stupid stuff? Just a thought. But that's just me. As it sits right now, they need to address a lot of issues. Starting with the RNG, the weapons in this game, tuning the game itself, Crucible. Your sandbox team is lagging behind. And actually listen to your player base for once and communicate. For the love of God, communicate. When COD devs are communicating more than you are, you're done goofed. Tony Flame talks to us more than anybody on Twitter. DMG tweets the same political garbage every day. And how's everyone feeling today? The next time we're going to hear from Bungie is going to be on, like, January 14th. They're all on holiday for a month. They're taking a month off of work. And their game is basically sitting here burning in the brush fire. Cosmo tweets occasionally. Deej, before he ran from the sinking ship, was talking to us some. Now you haven't heard a peep from that guy. That dude bled followers the moment he left Bungie. His account went basically inactive. No one follows him anymore. Please fix your game. It's really hard to recommend this game whenever the direction it's going is basically south. I really want to recommend this game to friends. I have a buddy of mine, he bought a PlayStation just so he can play crossplay with me next year when it comes out, and he's like, I'm hoping we can play together. I know they're going to find some way to screw that up. And I'm hoping that I can set it to console only because I refuse to play with PC players because they cheat. Which, speaking of cheating, cheating has been a rampant thing in this game since the game's inception. Well, for Destiny 2's inception in 2017. How have you not fixed this yet? Are you just too lazy to invest in an anti-cheat? Do you not know how? Look at a VAC ban style system. If you have a track record of people reporting you constantly, which it's easy to be abused, by the way, when you do that, go through, if they have stuff that you know looks like cheating, get them out of there. Actually console ban them. Don't just ban their account because they can make a new one. Console ban them. There's a reason I'm scared to death to play Crucible and Trials is because they're constant in this game. They're everywhere. Another thing, too, is address stasis. It's not a fun experience in Crucible right now. I used to look forward to playing Crucible in Destiny 1. Destiny 2 came out, I was quite good at Crucible. I'm okay now, because I'm rusty. I don't want to go in there. Please fix it. An auto-dismantle blues feature would be a gosh darn good start. 6-man fire teams in the open world would be a great start. Why is it so hard for me to want to play around with my friends in-game? Run around with a 6-man fire team in the open world. Do public events ourselves. It would have made doing Escalation Protocol much easier instead of me having to invite the 15 randoms on the planet. Hey, can you come over and help us out real quick, please? Just please address it. I really want to enjoy this game and not want to feel like I want to jump off a cliff every time I play it. You guys also tried to make the game not revolve around bounties as much, and you went on record saying that, hey, we don't want bounties to be the most dependable way of doing stuff. What have we been doing for this entire month that the DLC's been out? You pick up bounties, you run bounties, you turn in bounties to get materials to get more bounties. That's the basic thing. And there's just so much more wrong with the game, but I'll say that for another video. Luke'sman needs to step down and step aside, or actually step up and do his job. Because as it sits right now, the man does not know his butthole from his elbow, and he does not know how to properly manage a game. This game has been going downhill for a while. People say, oh, well, the player base is still there. Yeah, it's still there, but it's nowhere near what it was. Destiny 1 had a consistently high player base throughout the entire game's lifespan. It's still in like the top 25 or 30 most played games on Xbox Live right now. There are a couple hundred groups looking for a game every day. The Raids are still alive and well. Crucible's still alive and well. People are still running strikes, doing speed runs of Nightfalls, stuff like that. Level 400 Nightfall, all that stuff. In Destiny right now, the player base only spikes when Trials comes around. Which, that's a whole different story. We just need to just get rid of that mode in general. But if you guys are enjoying this, a like and a sub would be appreciated. It helps me out. It lets me know that you guys are actually enjoying the rants and stuff like that. Destiny 2 right now, for me, is a solid 5 out of 10. I have been playing so much other stuff. I finally started playing Code Vein through Game Pass. It's amazing. I rebought the Technomancer game, and it's awful fun. It's bad. I paid like $3 for it. Assassin's Creed Origins is so freaking beautiful, and Bayek is one of the most interesting characters that I've played as in a game in a long time. So Destiny, you need to sort of, just step your game up a little bit. It'd be better for you. But that's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed this, a like and a sub would be appreciated yet again. Stay safe in these trying times. Don't take this too personally. Like I said, I don't hate any of these guys. I just can't stand that they're doing a bad job. But I will see y'all later. Peace.